Bangalore or Bengaluru, the undeniable startup hub of India. Team Unicorn decided to pay another visit to the city and meet 4 startups born out of its big belly. Each is ambitious, unique, confident of its market, and even has a touch of glamour. Unicorn has arrived in Bangalore and will unveil its starry startups.
Two beautiful women, two twin sisters, two very talented entrepreneurs. Theirs is a startup focused on delicious, sumptuous, and of course highly customized, wait for it, cakes. This is CuppyCakes, a little baking business stirred up in Bangalore that's quickly catching on among the city's trendy folks because of its quirky designs, great flavors, and to a certain degree, charming founders. And they're also new movie stars. And theirs is now a brand to reckon with. But are you wondering if home baking is even something worth discussing on a show about startups and billion-dollar ideas? Well, if you knew the scale of the baking market, you'd probably think twice before asking that question. I've got my questions ready for the girls, and here they are. Does CuppyCakes have the talent to fight big confectionaries? Does CuppyCakes identify itself as a startup? How do the founders aim to transform their skill into a brand to reckon with?
I'm 15 minutes older.
Yeah, but I'm the mature one.
But I'm the brains behind the business, so...
And I'm the one who contributes calmness and peace in the business.
But I do contribute ambition and goals to this business, so...
And I talk less, which is needed in a business.
No.
These two are talented. They're charming. They're young. And they've chosen to keep it simple. And that may just make these two founders exceptional. Meet Tessa and Tina Valero, two twins who are proud owners of CuppyCakes based in Bangalore. While Tessa is the baker of the two and started baking at an early age, Tina joined the startup recently and uses her passion for all things fashion to create a big brand out of a young, completely bootstrapped startup. And their talent created all the right noise. Their creative wares and signature cakes landed them meaty roles in the movie Shandar, where they effortlessly played two ditzy clueless twins, and very likable ones indeed. And off camera, this duo has backed its likability and charm with oodles of talent. And their cupcakes are selling literally like hotcakes across Bangalore. But in this cutthroat world of valuations, startup chatter, and funding jargon, has this humble cupcake business had it tough?
Everyone initially thought that we were just excited with the fact that we were making money, and they didn't think that we were going to take it seriously at all. There are people who say negative things, but not really people around us. Like the people around us, like our family, our friends and stuff, they've always been encouraging. But yes, we do get a lot of negative about how, you know, it's a joke, like you are two girls running a business, and like, you know, when there are so many other bakeries who have like big equipments to do stuff like this, who are y'all in this city to run a business like this? So they do say negative things, but we just completely like push it away. It doesn't even cross our mind. It doesn't even leave a doubt in our mind at all.
The sisters have managed to scale up by selling bigger batches at several flea markets across the city. And if you're wondering about their scope and reach, the completely bootstrapped startup has clocked in more than 10,000 views on the Under 25 Club website. So we wonder, what's the most painstaking, ridiculous request that's come from a customer so far?
It wasn't a ridiculous order, but it was a lot of detailed work. So Miss Earth Nicole Faria for 2010, she had ordered from us and she wanted a replica of her crown. Like she wanted the exact like thing, and
on a pillow.
Yeah, and she wanted to eat it. Like it had to be edible. So that was quite difficult. We started work a week in advance. We started a week in advance, and even on the day it was so stressful because we had to pick up the crown, put it on the pillow, and if anything dropped, like we would just be devastated, you know. So that was a pretty ridiculous and crazy order.
While these two young founders are charming and confident of their CuppyCakes, we decided to sit down for a chat with them and check out some of their quirky, cumbersome creations. And they've already accumulated over 150 regular customers who swear by their creations. So how will they ensure that they can reach a wider consumer base?
So how does one order from CuppyCakes? Have you ever thought of making an app?
Yes, definitely, but not right now because we're still stabilizing ourselves. We've just finished the movie, so we're just getting into this entire thing. Our main aim right now is to get onto all the food networks like Swiggy and Zomato and stuff like that. We're already on Zomato, and then eventually create an app so that people we can directly get orders. It doesn't have to be through through a middleman or something. So
Okay, so right now we can only order from Zomato, is it?
No. Facebook is our main form of reaching out to our consumers. Apart from that, we supply to a number of restaurants. So it's stabilizing, and then soon.
Never thought of bringing in anything wacky into Bangalore like there are cupcake ATMs now in the US?
I don't think India is ready for that now. I think we can take it slowly. The app itself may be a bit too much.
So who do you consider your competition?
Well, I don't consider like the already established bakeries a competition only because they're mass produced. I don't think it really comes from the heart. But I feel like home bakers, they put in like every detail is looked upon, and the same thing, we do the same thing. So I feel like a good home baker is our main competition. Eventually they will get bigger and bigger.
Now you say that you don't consider any of the big bakeries your competition. But when brick and mortar bakeries are closing down, doesn't that worry you? Do you even stand a chance?
Well, I think we are very particular about having our quality being consistent. We do not compromise on anything. Even if even if the ingredients cost a little bit more, we don't care. We do not want we don't want anyone to come back to us and be like, y'all were really good, and I guess the whole money thing has kind of gotten greedy. So that we are very, very adamant to make sure that our quality remains the same. So, and I feel like if your quality remains the same, if you have a good customer interaction, I don't think anything can go wrong.
So do you think CuppyCakes can be the next big bakery in Bangalore?
Without a doubt, because like Tessa had mentioned before, they make mass-produced stuff, so they're not really looking at quality or the taste. So we try to perfect it look-wise and taste-wise. So we definitely have potential in beating those big bakeries. Like those big bakeries probably do well because they've been around for a very long time, but we're definitely going to take over.
What are the kind of returns that you're expecting? Do you even consider yourself a startup that can one day be a force to reckon with?
We are a startup, and a lot of startups are looking at how much more they can grow. I think that way Tessa and me have sorted out. We're just waiting for time. We want to start a cafe soon, and then the other plans that we have. So we're looking at it large scale. Like we're not just looking at staying like this. We're looking at much more outlets, not just in Bangalore. We would soon like to start everywhere else in Bangalore, and hopefully one day pan-India. So that is our biggest dream right now, and we're definitely working towards it. We're not chilling out.
So do you plan on reaching out to any investors and raise some funding for CuppyCakes?
Yes, soon we do. But as of now, we're good. We don't need that extra push right now. But I think if we want to start really large scale, that is something that we have to consider.
Our first mentor needs little introduction and is now the face of India's startup success story. Vijay Shekhar Sharma, the founder and CEO of 197 Communication and Paytm, firmly believes that India's digital wallet space is going to lead the next tech revolution. Meet Sandeep Agarwal, angel investor and founder of ShopClues and Room. Sandeep is a visionary and a serial entrepreneur. Prior to this, he was among the most renowned internet analysts on Wall Street, based out of Silicon Valley.
Cute, nice. I would love to be one of those who does something like this.
CuppyCakes is a very interesting concept. In my view, this kind of thing cannot be created unless you are very passionate about something.
For CuppyCake, if they really want to scale and let's say head towards a billion-dollar company or really large company, they have to standardize the process, and they have to become somebody like a platform which inherits many more home bakers on this platform, and they use their shop as a showroom shots that people learn and discover, and later they can order on the app.
This category suffers from commoditization. If they can develop a differentiation, they can have a national level market appeal.